It's my review of the 2017 Camaro Super Sport. Unfortunately, I believe it was optioned as a 3LT. However they optioned them, I'm not sure. It had everything. Unfortunately, it was an automatic. I wanted to drive a 6-speed, but all they had with the LT1 was the automatic, which I'm glad I did, because it totally changed my mind on automatics forever. I have known that the 6R80 and the 11 up Coyote Mustangs was good, but like this 8-speed, whatever it's called, is awesome in this Camaro. Like we drove it. I'm driving around in just normal sport. It's sport mode, and then they got track mode. I'm in sport mode. It's shifting, just like a normal car would. It's very smooth, very normal. But however, the car, about 4 or 5 days before that, I had driven a 2017 GT, and I started this car up, and it fires up, and it's like, it gives it a little couple pops, on the rev down, and I'm like, oh my god, it sounds so much better stock for stock than the there's a Jaguar XKR in front of me, than the well, not in front of me, but 2 cars ahead of me, than the Mustang did. So it's got the Mustang beat as stock for stock as far as exhaust goes. So we get turned around. I put it in track mode and leave the traction control on, just because the driver that was with me was a new driver, or a new salesman, I'm sorry, and I could tell he was nervous. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, it's a 27-year-old guy. You know what I mean? And he's probably going to want to beat the shit out of this thing and do burnouts and drifts and whatever else. And I was like, look, man, I'm not going to do anything crazy. Just straight line speed. Don't worry. So I had it in sport mode with traction control on, but shifting with the paddles. And I pull out, I nail it, and of course it's trying to spin and low speed. I wish it was a little bit brighter for you guys, I'm sorry. It's trying to spin, so I tap the button to go to second gear, and it just kind of hangs in RPM and then finally shifts and then takes off again. So it like cuts power, of course, because of traction control, but it did not shift. I mean, like a good solid second and a half in between the time I tapped the paddle shifter and the time it shifted to second gear. It was just kind of confused. It was trying to figure out the difference in wheel speed there, and it's like, we'll worry about the transmission later, I guess. But so I was laid back and shifted to third, and it did its cool thing. Then I put it in track mode, traction control off, and just rolled into it at a higher speed, like a 30-mile-an-hour kickdown, and the car sounded awesome. It had I've driven supercars with dual clutch transmissions in it before, and I guess that's what I don't know if it's a dual clutch or not, but it shifts in track mode. It shifts and sounds amazing. I mean, that engine sounds so good. And I don't mean to be that guy making car noises, but it's like boom, 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 just instant, and it makes a little pop when you shift. Sounded so good. So if a car salesman wasn't with me, I would have done it over again 10 times just for the sound. It was intoxicating. It sounded so good, and it pulled well too. But it's very, very smooth. I was going like 115, 120 mile an hour, didn't even realize it. And it's very smooth car. You kind of feel laid back more in the Mustang. I think it's because of the refinement in the SS. But whatever. But you're still going just as fast, if not maybe a little bit faster. It's I think they're 440 horse. It was amazing, the shift experience in that car, the transmission experience, I should say, in that car. But track mode. In sport mode, it shifts pretty quick, but track mode, they're very crisp and just like bang, bang, bang. The second you touch the paddle, it's in that gear. You know what I mean? And it shifted very well and sounded even better. Very impressed with the car. It was loaded, air-conditioned leather seats, heated leather seats. Had the MyLink with a pretty decent size. I think it's a 6.1 inch screen, Bluetooth, all kinds of cool little features, which all the cars have now. But it's very accessible, much more accessible than in the Mustang. I will say that. I'm a Mustang guy, and I would have bought that Camaro over the Mustang, even with it being an auto. I was thoroughly impressed with it. Hang on just a second, I'm trying to pull out here. Wish I would have done that with them 9 kids. Just kidding, I don't have any kids. But it's got this weird button in it. I think they did it just for like laughs. It says sync, dead center of the HVAC setup. And I'm like, sync? Like, isn't that Ford's thing? And I know sync is a word before Ford used it, but it's got knobs, not kidding, literally the size of a Polar Pop or a fountain cup lid that control the, they're also vents that control the temperature. So say I got mine set on 60, you got yours set on 75 in the passenger seat. You can set up, oh, there's a nice black on black 5-liter. That's exactly how I'd buy one. Stock exhaust though. So you can hit that sync button in it and it'll sync your temperatures. I'm not sure why you would want to do that in the first place if people, that's the whole point of two people having their choice of temperature. Anyway, interior nice. You sit on the ground and the windowsill is like up here. I'm 6'5" and I'm reaching to I can't just chill in the window like I do this, like do here. I can't do that in that car. Like it's very high. I felt, and blind spots are like that whole car is a blind spot besides these 2 windows and your windshield. You're not seeing out of the back. You're definitely not seeing out of the quarter windows. Thank God for the lane detector thing, or you'd be crashing every time you change lane, literally. But other than that, I have no complaints on it. The car sounded great. It shifted great. Interior's comfortable, even being that low to the ground. I mean, of course, if you're an older guy, you probably don't want to get in and out of a car that low. But I don't know. Old people buy Corvettes all the time. But I mean, it was a great car, fast, and I cannot express how well this car sounded, especially when it shifts. Now, to compare the Mustang and the Camaro fairly, I would have to drive a 6-speed Camaro and an automatic Mustang. But right now, if I had to choose between that 6-speed GT California Special and even that SS being an automatic, I would choose the SS. Not because it's faster. It may be by a tenth or two, if any. But just pure sound and the way that automatic shift is just it sounds like a Lamborghini, that boop, boop, that's what you get with that car, and it was so cool, man. And it has a lot of cool little features with it as well. Highly recommend one if you can't afford the Corvette. You're getting the same engine as the Stingray, the same transmission, and I believe you can get the magnetic ride on the 1LE. You might be able to get it on the SS as well. But and that is light years ahead of what Ford has. Even though the new S550 does handle well, considering it's a Mustang, just in general it handles well. But the Camaro with that magnetic ride control is going to blow it out of the water. So that's my review on the 17 SS. Loved it. Would buy it over the Mustang, even as an automatic. So I mean, that's big. I'm a Ford guy, and that's big coming from me. A lot of people are going to be shocked to hear that, my friends anyway. So if you're hesitant, go drive one. I bet you buy one. Thanks.